is Lorette with the Learning Tube. Welcome, welcome to the Learning Tube. This is our weekly strategies and insights on how to grow your online business. So for those of you that are new, this is the Facebook group. Make sure that you're in there. We post the replays in there as well as special announcements. Now, every week it's either strategies from me, myself, Lorette, or from Alicia. And then we also have some special guests. So today we have a special guest and I want to introduce him. His name is Paul, and we've actually known Paul for a very long time. We've traveled with him, we've spoke on many stages with him, and he's just an outstanding guy. And we're really excited that he is going to be joining us today. He is going to be sharing a strategy all about rethinking social media. Now, I know many of you are probably like, oh, you know, social media, but the way that he is going to explain it to you is a little bit different. So I want you to pay attention, take notes, and I'm sure that you are going to really enjoy this presentation. Now, with that in mind, I am going to pass it over to Paul. So let's check on Paul. Let's see, Paul. I think he's maybe getting Paul.
Hey there, everybody. Hey, it is Paul here. Thank you so much, Alicia. Thank you so much, Lorette. Thank you so much, Raina, for all your help in pulling this together. And yes, I'm so excited to be here. You know, you two, the little sisters, are renowned in this industry as absolute legends in this space, not just for your ability to teach and help turn what some people find difficult into really easy to follow steps, but just for your integrity and for having such an amazing audience and group of people that support you. And I'm so excited to be able to serve your students today. And what I'm actually going to do now is just get organized, get my camera on. So just bear with me one moment. Let me get standing up here and stand back from the mic and turn on the camera. So welcome everybody, welcome. So excited to have you here. Please put into the chat right now where you are dialing in from right now, where you are calling in from, because I'd love to see where you all are. Please also, if you have any distractions like pets or children, make sure you kick out the children and move out the, or which is it? Kick out the pets and move out the children, whichever it is. And if you can at all, if you could listen to me via earphones, that's even better, so that it's very difficult to be distracted. Believe me, this is going to be worth the time that we spend together. Regardless of your experience, regardless of what you know or what you think about social media, regardless of whether you're a fan or not, regardless if you've ever been in business before or not, regardless of whether you're struggling with money or doing great with money, you are going to learn so much here today with me, dialing into you from Ireland right now. So let me see, we have, wow, first one I see is from Honolulu. Wow, that's amazing, Hawaii. Lots here from Canada, fantastic. Florida, Canada, UK, US, of course. Well, welcome everybody, wherever it is you are in the world. The beauty of this is it does not matter because it will work wherever you are. Who would like to know how to stop wasting time online and start earning money? Type me into the chat if that is you. Do it right now. Type in me if that sounds like you. Fantastic. Right, I'm going to ask you a question. For you right now, sitting at home watching me, how many of you consider it difficult for you as things stand? Just type in yes if you think it's difficult for you right now to actually generate any kind of an income from the internet. Type in yes if that is a reasonable assumption that I can make right now, is that you think, yeah, for me it's pretty difficult at this very moment in time to make money online. Okay, I can see the vast majority are yeses. Okay, which is not surprising. That is normal. But let me ask you a second question, if you don't mind. How many days is it since you last purchased something online? If it was today, type in 0. If it was 2 days ago, type in 2. If it was 5 days ago, type in 5, and so on. All right, that's interesting. Lots of zeros, lots of 2s. Right, I'm going to guess there's going to be more coming in here saying 5, 7, right? That's the amazing thing. You are already an expert at making money online. The problem is you're making it for other people, right? Lots of you bought something today, lots of you yesterday, lots the day before. That means you already are a proficient expert at knowing how to make money online. It just happens to be for other people. Isn't it strange that we have this mental block about making it for ourselves, but we've got no blockage about giving it to other people? Who would like to stop the hemorrhaging of money going that way and have it come this way? Type in yes, that's me. Because so many of us have this mental blockage, and that's all it is. You know how to spend money, you know how to make money on the internet. It just happens that you're making it for other people. It's your time to change that. Type into the chat right now, it's my time. It is my time. If you are ready to start the cash flow moving back out to you. Because that's the irony of all of this. People say, oh, stay away from the internet. Oh God, don't touch that. When at the same time they go straight on and spend their money on the exact same tool that can change your life forever. This device, the smartphone may not be gold plated, it's the one that you have, but it should be worth its weight in gold to you. Why? This device is the addiction of society. It's what we use to wake us up in the morning. We carry it around with us all day long, even in our handbags, and that's just the men. We use it, we bring it to the bathroom where nobody else is welcome. At nighttime, we kneel down beside our beds. Why? Not to pray anymore, but to find our charger and to make sure that our phone is charging overnight. We couldn't care less if our partner is charged first thing in the morning, but it's our idea of a nightmare in starting your day with just 8% battery on your phone. That is the crazy world that we live in today. But for most people, this device is their #1 liability. It is sharing, it is taking their time, taking their energy, taking their focus, and taking their money, when at the exact same time, it could be changing their lives. It could be their #1 asset. Who would like to know how to stop your phone from taking money out of your pocket and actually to start to put it back into your pocket? Type in yes, please, if that sounds like something you would love to start doing from today. Okay, just so you know, by the way, with the chat box, it's completely private. I can see all of the questions coming in. So from Anelko, Anuja, Carla, Laura, Christiana, Shiroz, Alfred, Christina, Stephen, Laura, I can see all of your comments, but they're private to me. So don't be looking around for any form of public chat, because there isn't one. They're done in a way that so that you can directly reach out to me. And as I say, I will do a Q&A later as we go here. But it's time to show you something that will get you excited. If you remember, mid-corona, I mean, come on, the year that nobody's ever going to forget, 2020, when everybody is panicking. What if you could get results like this? Some screenshots that I've just taken from individual website accounts that we have. Last 7 days, $204,000. Last 4 weeks, $552,000. Last 12 months, $1.59 million. Last 4 weeks with this one, $70,000. Last 12 months with this one, $2.14 million. I'm taking this screenshot in the middle of the biggest economic crash that we've seen in recent history. In July, $232,000 with one account. June, $241,000. May, $578,000. April, $493,000. February, $329,000. For lots of people, this is lottery winning type money. But guess what? It's happening every month. And I'm not here trying to impress you, right? This is just to prove to you that a normal person, non-technical like me, can go from working in a corporate job, 9 to 5, fully confident and thinking that we're doing all the right things. And suddenly you wake up one day, you realize you're hundreds of thousands in debt. You've done everything you were supposed to do, but you look around you and everybody else is in the same situation. And you think, well, I hope you think it's time for a rethink. I've done everything I was supposed to do, and I owe more money than I actually own. The 5-year-old that lives next door to me has a higher net worth than I do. That shouldn't be how the world is, but that is how most of the world is today. So who is this for? First of all, how many of you own a business right now? Type in 1 into the chat if you can see, if you own a business right now. Okay, quite a few of you. How many of you want to be an influencer? You have a message to share, you have a book you want to launch, you want to get your message out there. across the globe, for example. You want to present. You're not afraid of the camera. You've no problem with doing anything like that. Type in 2 if that is you. Okay, great. Usually you're in the smaller numbers of percentages, maybe about 20%. How many of you fall into category 3? To be honest, you don't even like social media. You don't understand why people take pictures of their dinner or their children and share it on Instagram. You think, what the hell is this all about? What happened to the good old days? I would love to make some money from it, but I don't have a business. I don't have business experience. I don't have products. I don't have services. But if I could somehow make money and nobody know that it's me on social media and it doesn't involve me having to be on it like everybody else, I'm all in. Type in 3 if that's you, if you're all in. Say, I'm all in, 3, 3, 3, because that is going to be the vast majority of you, right? And that's exactly how I started. No technical experience, no know-how, no business experience, no products, no services. So the beauty of this is, regardless of which of these you are, business owner, wannabe influencer, or current influencer, or don't want to be, you want to be hidden in the background, nobody ever knows it's you, but make money from this, this fits all 3 categories. So as I say, remove all distractions. You do not want to miss the 4-step process that I am literally jumping into right now. I'll come back later and tell you about me, my background, my story, and all those things, but not yet. I want to get you straight away into the content here around what are these 4 steps that you can take starting straight away to completely turn around your fortunes online. The first step is picking a niche or niche where people have problems every day. The second step is go onto social media then. When you're clear on the problems that you are solving, you can then find very easily people that are complaining about those problems, because that's what people do on social media. Then we invite people out of social media into our email list. Our database is the language that you'll hear us talk about, database, where you offer something for free in exchange for people's contact details. And then you follow up with those people, offering them the best-selling products that exist today in that niche. They might be yours or they might be somebody else's. That part is irrelevant, and that's the bit that a lot of people get quite focused on and quite obsessed with, is what am I selling? What am I selling? When in fact, that's not the question at all. The question is, what solution am I going to be working in over the coming months and years ahead? Products will come and go, but solutions are what we are in the game for. There's always going to be new products. We're never going to run out of things to buy. You know what that means? You're never going to run out of things to sell. So you're going to have as many income streams as you wish, whether it's just your own business, or as I'm going to be suggesting to you, you open your opportunities to get multiple income streams coming in from all sources at all times. So let's start by picking and focusing on niche selection and making it easy for you to get started here. Because what most people do is they overcomplicate this, they overthink this. In fact, type in me if you're guilty of overthinking things from time to time, right? You need to know everything before you get started. You've heard advice in the past that you need to be passionate about it. You need to figure out what your meaning in life and purpose in life is before you take any kind of small step towards bringing more money in. And that gets really confusing. I'm here today not to find your meaning in life, not to bring you your purpose, right? I'm not going to do that, right? I'm here today to show you, how do you take the financial stress away? Who'd like to know that? Let's take the financial pressure off. Then I can tell you, it's a lot easier to go find yourself when you're not under financial strain, because most of what we decide that we're doing is dependent upon, well, can I make money from this? Well, is it going to pay me? I mean, I want to paint, but I can't make any money from it, for example, right? So let's take that financial stress off. Let's learn how to at least match your salary, which has taken you a lifetime to get to at this point, and figure out, how do you get there in just a few months? In fact, the amazing thing about this is, within just a few months, you will be in the top 0.1% most knowledgeable people in the planet on how to make money online. How crazy is that you can find that out so quickly? But that's the world that we live in today, and that's the world I'm so excited to share with you right now. So in picking your niche, you're just going to focus on one to begin with. Just follow one niche until you're successful with it. And we'll take the advice that Zig Ziglar, the famous motivational speaker, shared about business. You can have everything in life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. Or if you say that the other way around, just give people what they want and you'll have everything that you want, right? So let's start with that. What do people want across the globe? Doesn't matter what country, what culture, what continent. It's consistent. They want to be healthier, they want to be wealthier, and they want to be happier. So you're going to pick one of these to begin with. In fact, those of you that decide you like what you're seeing here today and that you want to move forward and learn more with me, we will actually be choosing this for you next week. We'll literally choose your niche for you so that we take the thinking out of this, that we just follow the path, make it work, get the money coming out to you, and then you can grow it to whatever size you wish. So pick one of these, at least mentally right now, to get started with. Why are these so amazing? Because there's no one pill that fixes any of these. You're going to spend money in these areas for an entire lifetime. That's why I mentioned solutions earlier. Don't get obsessed with products, because once you think in terms of solution, health solutions, wealth solutions, happiness solutions, there is an endless supply of products, whether they're yours or other people, that they will continue to buy over and over again. You don't get healthy in one day. You don't get wealthy in a day or happy in a day. It's a consistent amount of customers and consumers that will continue to come back and buy from you over and over again. And that's really, really, if you get this, encouraging, and also will take a lot of stress away from you, because business owners especially get really stressed about, worried about, what happens when my product, nobody wants it anymore, or somebody sells it cheaper, or a new technology comes in that disrupts the industry. It doesn't matter. When you know how to sell anything to anybody, anywhere, at any time, which is a skill I want to share with you, you have certainty around money for the rest of your life, right? Which is pretty amazing when you think about it. So why do we use social media? Because the key to a successful business is solving problems for people. And that's where people hang out. So it's irrelevant what your thoughts about social media are, because the key thing here is rethinking it in a way that you are going in there to make money while other people are going in there to be distracted from their day-to-day lives. That's not what you are about. Let me explain in a super simple way how this model works. There's three people there in front of you that you're looking at. One with a green jigsaw puzzle, one with a red jigsaw puzzle, and one with a blue jigsaw puzzle. This business model is so simple that I can literally describe it with just these three people. In a world where people are freaking out right now, where people are so worried, so nervous, so constantly complaining about problems, and I mean, I understand people really are nervous right now about their futures, because you look at the media, you look at the news, there's not much there that makes you feel confident about your future, your certainty, your security. But what if I told you, with this model that we're going to use, we're not focusing on things that will ever change. In fact, we're picking things that will never, ever change as the core foundations of our business model. Now, I know that goes against what we've been told our entire lives, that everything we know is going to change, but that's actually not true. One thing that's never going to change is this: people will never stop having problems. That's never going to stop, right? People will never stop having problems. So the person on the left-hand side with the green jigsaw puzzle is a regular person with regular problems, and that's never going to stop. The other thing that's never going to change is this: people will never stop spending their money. In fact, most people are completely wired that their entire plan around money is that once they get it, they're going to get rid of it. So much so that we even have direct debits and standing orders in place with our banks in case we forget to spend the money, that it comes out automatically, right? So this is how most people operate. They have their problems, they organize their money to solve those problems, and then they go and do the same next month and next month. So our business is solving problems for people, because that problems are never going to go away. The problems types will change, but the problems are never going to stop. On the right-hand side, we have our business owners. 96% of traditional businesses fail. Let me repeat that. 96% of traditional businesses fail. That is an incredible statistic. And these are smart people. They've been to college, they've got business degrees, and still they fail. Why is that? Well, because what we teach about business is completely outdated. As we see one massive company after another disappear right now in the current environment, you realize the companies that are growing the fastest are the ones that have adapted to the internet, the ones that are not taking the traditional risks that businesses used to take. I'm not here today to show you how to have a 4% chance of success. That's what college is for, right? I'm here to show you how to have a 100% chance of success, that this wins for you every single time. And you do it by positioning yourself in the middle and becoming the matchmaker. You introduce the very best selling products that exist to the people looking for them. So it means you will never run out of products to sell, or you'll never run out of people to give them to, right? Get out of your own way. Let the money flow through you rather than around you. Get into an area where people have problems every single day to set yourself up with certainty for success. So the problems that so many people have with business is because they overcomplicate it and they obsess in one particular type of product, rather than thinking bigger picture and thinking, I don't even need to create these products. I can just give people the products they're already looking for and get paid as being part of this little system. Right? This is the system that has completely transformed my life over the past decade. But the question is, but Paul, if it's that easy, why isn't everybody else doing it? Well, 99.6% of people are not millionaires. So let's not worry about what other people are doing for a moment. Let's look at what some of the most successful and fastest growing companies in the planet are doing. Uber, the world's largest taxi company. Lyft, the world's second largest taxi company. They don't own any vehicles. Facebook, the world's largest content sharer, doesn't create any content. Alibaba, the world's largest store, doesn't have any inventory. Airbnb, the world's largest accommodation provider, doesn't own any real estate. And it goes on. Booking.com, Trivago.com, Expedia.com, Hotels.com, ironically, don't own any hotels. Amazon doesn't write a single book. eBay doesn't create a single product. What about banks? Banks don't print money. They take money off the first person in the line who's nervous with it, and they sell it to the person next in the line, and they give away 98% of the lodgements that come into the bank, give it out to other people, and charge interest on it to keep people interested in coming back. Sometimes things are too close to us for us to see what's actually going on. Sometimes we're so close to the trees that we don't see the wood, or we don't see the wood from the trees. Type in light bulb or aha if you've just had a bit of a light bulb moment here when you realize, oh my God, these companies, they don't take any of the risks of old-fashioned traditional businesses and getting bank loans, buying big massive assets, taking massive risks, going out. Like those of you that haven't written a book before, just write a business plan. It'll be your first work of fiction, right? I'd love to be in a bank reading them, because you get shocked when you actually get approval for a business loan, but that's because we forget that the purpose of the banks are to give money to people who actually really need it, and are unfortunately going to continue to need to come back to get more from them. So we need to adapt the way we think around business to look at what the biggest and most successful companies in the world are doing. And guess what? You can actually sell anything that's on eBay. You can sell anything that's on Amazon. You can have your friends and family book holidays on Booking.com and you get paid. The reason you don't do it is because you're surrounded by people who don't do it. So by default, it sounds crazy, right? Or in my case, my question was, but Paul, if it's this great, why isn't everybody else doing it? But as I said, everyone else is struggling. Other people, as far as I can see, are in massive panic mode right now because they realize they're one flew away from financial ruin, but not you. And I want to congratulate you for being here today again, because I know that's partially why you're here, is you know there's got to be a better way. But then you think, but hang on a second, the little voice in your head is saying, but the internet's a scam, right? I mean, I'm nearly afraid to say it out loud, but it's a scam, right? Or so your friends, family, and colleagues will tell you, yet on their rush to get rid of their hard-earned money straight onto the internet, but for some reason they have a major blockage around taking some money out of it. Putting it in, no problem. Taking it out, big problem. Funny, right? But I'm glad they do, because that means there's more room for you, because you don't need to convince anybody else otherwise. Wait till you see what's going on in the world today, right? With the coronavirus, which people are just bored of talking about right now, but $2 trillion of debt in the US, you know, a rescue package. I mean, that's the next generation that are going to be anchored with that for decades to come. When it started in March of 2020, in 2 weeks alone, 10 million jobs disappeared. In 2 weeks. Just to give you perspective, the worst ever week leading up to 2020 in terms of unemployment stats was 38 years previous to that, when it was 695,000 people. The worst week now was 6.6 million. We've got 10 times worse over a 40-year period. So looking around for answers is not the place. You need to actually stop watching and listening to the people failing around you financially and listening to that saying that you've heard before, success leaves clues. What are others doing differently? How can you move away from the panic and paranoia and nervousness and give you certainty in a world that seems less certain than ever before? Well, the first thing I need to do with you today, I think at least, is to dispel the myth that the path that you were on by default is going to set you financially free. If you look right now in your position in your life and ask yourself, am I happy where I am financially? Most people will say, I'm not. That's why you're here. But you did all the things you were meant to do. In fact, let's just show you how bad the situation is. 1 million seconds is 12 days. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is to give you perspective as to how big a trillion is. 1 million seconds is 12 days. A billion seconds is 33 years. A trillion seconds is 32,800 years. Trillion's a big number, right? $1.6 trillion written out looks like this. What else is this? This is the #1 asset of the US government right now. What is it? Outstanding student loan debt. $1.6 trillion is the biggest asset the US government has. Borrowed money by students to go and live the dream, get some qualifications, and go get rich, right? Well, if you actually look at the numbers, it's incredible. The average cost of going to university in an average school in the US, so I know people are here from all over the world, but it's fine. It's best, I think, if we could just pick one country and relate to that, and then think back around your own country. $37,000 on average per year for an average out-of-state 4-year program. $48,000 for the higher end. This is per year. So the average person globally spends $600,000 on interest on debt alone in a lifetime. This is the bit that we don't talk about. This is the bit that gets us up and goes to work every morning because we're constantly feeding this debt. And as soon as we pay it back, we go and we borrow more because that's what we've been told is the formula for success. I'm here to say, let's rethink that. Because if you're not happy with where you are, it's not because you did the wrong things, it's because you followed a system that had a very different outcome in mind than what you had expected. And it took me until I was 30 years of age to realize this. That's the end of the bad news, by the way. No more bad news. The beauty of what I'm teaching you is this. You decide how much you need to make, and then you match that with the size of the email list you are going to build. That's what I want to show you. And to take this sense of disempowerment and panic that people have around money and to turn it into your source of power, where you think, if I need to make an extra $5,000 a month, I need to do one specific thing. I need to build an email list of 5,000 people. Why? Because if each person on your list, each email address you have, should on average, within the niches that we talked about, be worth about $1 per person per month to you. What does that mean? Let's say you run a Facebook ad and it costs you $1 to collect an email address, and you make $1 per person per month on average. That means you spend 1 to make 12. Now, you don't need to be a genius to think that's not a bad return on investment, but to give you the numbers, it's 1,100% return on investment per year. Now, how much can you lose when you're spending $1 on an ad, anybody? How much can you lose? Like, it's a trick question. $1, right? But you don't lose it. You still have the email address. This is the best, the most perfect business model you can ever use, because you don't wake up in the morning wondering, did a stock go up or down? Did the property market go up and down? People are hugely predictable. All we are doing is giving them what they want, every day of the week. And what do you do with $1 that makes you 12? What are you going to do with your next dollar? You're going to say, well, let's make 2 into 24. Let's make 10 into 240. Let's grow this. And not only do you do that and you set up this income stream for yourself, you can then set up another one with another ad and another multiple stream of income and another stream of income and another. You can have as many of these as you wish, and all within one niche to begin with. And then if you think, okay, I think I've solved the problems for 1 billion people on health, you can then add another niche and another niche. There is unlimited, infinite upside with no risk. And by no risk, I mean it costs you less than $1 to run an ad on Facebook today. Where else and what else could you do where you take no risk and you've got infinite upside? It doesn't exist. This is why I am the biggest fan of this business for anybody, regardless of experience, regardless of what you've done in the past, regardless of your experiences in other programs, because to be an expert at stock market, you need a specific way of being disciplined and focused, etc. And you got to do it, keep a very close eye on this. But with this, you've heard before about the value of multiple streams of income. But what if you could create multiple streams of income by just learning one thing? Might that take the pressure off? Type in yes if you could see that will take the pressure off, because so many people think, well, I need to have my crypto stuff going. I need to have some long-term stocks. I need to have my pension in place. I need to be excellent on the internet. I need to get my book out there too. I need to get my property sorted. I need to rent out my bedroom and my cabin out the back, because you hear so much, you get so panicked about it, you don't realize that this could all be part of one coherent plan. Multiple streams of income using the internet, right? People are going crazy now. You're getting the value of this. So in summary, we're not trying to sell to anybody on social media. We're not trying to annoy anybody. We're there to invite them to join our email list with an irresistible, compelling free gift. And that's where the money is made, in private afterwards. And this works for absolutely everybody. Doesn't matter what age you are, where in the world you live. And in case you were wondering what I would look like, yes, this is me without the t-shirt. But let me, if you don't mind, just share with you for a couple of minutes my own background, so at least you have some perspective around who you're listening to here today, right? I worked in a corporate job for 9 years in a US multinational. I lived in Ireland at that point. I still live in Ireland half the year, but this was my predetermined path. For me, financial success was meant to be getting a job in a corporate, getting promoted every 2 to 3 years. But what I found as a 30-year-old was I was 300,000 in negative equity from 2 houses I purchased, so massively in debt. And I owned a car, which I didn't actually own, the bank owned, and I lived in a house that I didn't own. But if you looked from the outside in, you think this is an example of success: a car, a house, and a good job. But if you could look into my bank accounts, you would realize, geez, that was an expensive exercise in looking good. Like, you're literally hundreds of thousands in debt, and it seems, if anything, you're going backwards rather than forwards. And that's why I mentioned earlier in the webinar that if you've got a 5-year-old living next door to you, the truth is, and it's very hurtful to realize it, but that 5-year-old or 6-year-old or 10-year-old or 12-year-old, they're better off financially than most adults. The older you get, the worse the financial problem is for most people, because the system is set up in a way that happens. That makes no sense. So it's time to rethink it. So in my case, now I'm very fortunate I get to fly over 100 times a year, but it was so close to me to not doing this, so close in fact, that I was at a conference that I'll show you a picture of in a moment. But I thought, in order to make money online, first of all, you'd need to be technical, you'd need to have business experience, you'd need to have this entrepreneurial bug in your gene, you'd need to be really good at computers and have no problem working by yourself from home, and you have no interest in hanging around with others. It turns out that none of those things are true. None of them are true. In fact, the best bit about all of this is, I know you're already busy. I'm not here to teach you how to replace your job with another job. I'm here to show you that when you learn these skills, you can have somebody else do this for you for as little as $3 to $4 an hour, who will actually be happy to do this for you, not because you're paying them $3 to $4 an hour, but because you're also training them on a skill that they can use also. So it's a complete win-win situation. So you learn how to do this once, and then you pass it over for somebody else to do. Type in, sounds good, if that sounds good to you right now, right? You learn the skills of how to generate an income from the internet, and then you say, you know what, let's have somebody else do this for me. That's exactly how this is. In fact, I have a picture of that event that I was at when everything changed for me. It was absolutely, oh, sorry, that's the wrong picture, wrong event. Here it is. Back in 2009, I'm sitting in the front row of an event in Dublin in Ireland. I called in sick for my first time in 9 years in my job. I borrowed my work laptop, which I must give back actually at some point. And I always think I look like a rabbit in front of the headlights there, because I'm completely bemused by the whole thing. All the speakers are from America. So everything is whoop, whoop, whoop. Everything is about getting excited and high-fiving your neighbors, except clearly these people had never been to Ireland before, right? I don't know if there's any Irish people on here today, but Irish people, if you know them, we are the most skeptical people on the planet. Remember, one speaker said, turn to the person next to you and tell them they're awesome. We're like, really? Use the word awesome in real life? No, that's not going to happen. One other guy said, stand up and massage the shoulders of the person next to you. We're like, what now? We're Irish. Long before COVID was a thing, we do social distancing naturally. We don't need to be told to do this. We don't drink because we like it. We drink because we need to get close enough to procreate and create the next generation of skeptics, right? This is where we're coming from. So literally people were walking out as they saw this cultish type behavior as we would have defined it in Ireland. And then one speaker who was watching what was going on said, look, you guys think you're so smart and you think we're here to brainwash you. He said, the irony is that you're so brainwashed, you're not hearing the message that we're teaching. And listen to this, this is so powerful. He said, hands up, those of you that are teenagers in the room. He said, put up your hand. And he said, keep up your hand if you run out of money at the end of the month. And every teenager there, which there weren't many, kept their hand up. Then he said, hands up if you're in your 20s. Keep your hand up if you're running out of money at the end of the month. And then he went through each decade. And guess what? Almost everyone in every decade, when they identified themselves, were running out of money at the end of the month. And he said, do you think we're the crazy ones? He said, this is what Einstein called insanity, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. He said, here is the key problem with where it's going wrong for you. Now, I'm hoping you get this because this could be the most profound learning you've had in a while. He said, you have been brought up to believe that wealth is connected to qualifications, that wealth is connected to the number of letters that you get after your name. In fact, you've dedicated, and your parents have dedicated 20 to 21 years of your life to getting those qualifications. Then you assume that when you get that, everything's going to be okay. He said, I found out that a better measure of wealth, rather than letters after your name, are numbers in your bank account. And the moment he said it, it hit me like a bolt in the middle of my chest, because that really hurt. Because he was 100% correct. If you looked into my bank accounts, right, I was massively in debt. I mean, you can look at your current account and you say, oh, I've got 2,000 in there, and just ignore the mortgages, right? But the reality is, add them all up, things aren't looking so good. So we said, you either listen to us or you go back to your normal life and pretend that this never happened. I invested in 3 separate programs that weekend, stuck them on a credit card. I spent 10,000 euros that I didn't have. And almost every day right now, I am still remember and how grateful I am that I made that decision to go and take the road less traveled and say, what's the worst that could happen by learning these skills, learning how to sell anything to anybody, anywhere, at any time, which is exactly what I decided to learn without the experience of business, without being technical, without the know-how. And you are in that exact same position right here today. You decide, do you go back to normal or do you say, no more, I'm sick of the past. It's about the present, and it's about making the decision to empower yourself by giving you the tools that you can use. And think about this, the difference between you and someone making millions on the internet is one thing, the sequence of the keys they press on their keyboard. That's the difference. My job today is to push your buttons so that you press these buttons in the right order. Because if you can make money for someone else on the internet, you already are halfway there to learning how to make it for yourself. It's truly that straightforward, and that's what I want you to understand. Now, my positioning was simple. The internet's a scam, right? Well, wait till you see. We're just about to go into social media, and you can see how you use this in a completely different way that is about to absolutely blow your mind, right? The problem is we're surrounded by people all in the same boat who will try to convince you that successful people with money are wrong, and somehow everybody else going deeper into debt on the Titanic, deeper into debt every day, that they're correct. For me, it's insanity, as Einstein said, continuing to do the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Let's look at the top richest, wealthiest people on the planet. The vast majority of their wealth is from the internet. Now, my story, by the way, I got a bit nervous when I started speaking, because every speaker I heard on stage had this incredible rags to riches story, which I didn't have. But this is where I'm from. I'm from Limerick in Ireland, also known as Stab City. This is me as a 7-year-old. You might wonder, wow, what happened? Things didn't work out so well. Alcohol happened, of course. I'm Irish, right? I'm Irish, so we'd be ruling the world only for that. So I did what most people do. If you follow your passion and you're Irish, you end up sleeping on the bench for most of your adult life. But I got lucky because somebody left a laptop beside my trolley with an active Wi-Fi connection, and I went on to make millions on the internet, right? That's kind of the standard story that you expect. Well, I can tell you that is not me. Both my parents are teachers, both. Now imagine that. As you're running home from school each day and you're getting closer to home, you're like, why am I even running? There's 2 more teachers waiting for me. There was never an escape. Everything was about studying for exams, passing your exams, but that somehow was where the money was going to come from. Even on vacation, they were there telling us we needed to be doing this and that and study for this, right? All sweets, chocolate were all connected in some ways to passing exams, right? That was the world that I was brought up in. So it wasn't a surprise that I went down the route of passing exams, going to college, getting myself a job. My degree is in biochemistry. It couldn't be more different from what I'm actually doing right now. But it's normal today to do that, get a degree in one thing, do something completely different, and nobody ever questions the entire 22-year lead up to getting those qualifications that you never use again. That's until now, right? Because you realize that the vast majority of what you learned back then, learning how to regurgitate and repeat what's in a book, that doesn't get you where you want to be in life anymore. So everything changed for me at that workshop, and I want this to be your tipping point. I want this to be your moment where you decide enough of the past and enough looking around for, finding problems with others and what's going on in their lives. All you need to do is use the same technology that you use to watch me right now, that you use to 24 hours and 7 days a week, to start making you an incredible income for the rest of your life, rather than helping make others an incredible income for the rest of their lives. It's all about learning these skills, right? And that event changed my life, like this will for you, provided that you decide enough, I'm moving forward, this is it, I commit. In fact, type into the chat, I commit. Right now, if you already are starting to feel, you know what, I do commit, something's got to change, something has got to give, or it will keep on happening, right? You're spending more time on the internet every day. More money has been spent right now on the internet than ever has been spent in the history of the internet, right? You could not be doing this at a better time. It's incredible. Now, I did go to a Tony Robbins conference, as you'd expect, but I'm not going to get into that today. I just don't have time to do that. But I will say this. I'm very fortunate now that I get to share this story with thousands of people across the globe, literally hundreds of thousands every year on this topic, right? And I'm here today to hopefully make you see that there is a better way. There is an easier way. It's not even difficult. If you want to lose weight, you got to join a gym. You got to use machines you don't know how to use, and put on Lycra or whatever it is. For this, you don't even need to leave your bedroom. In fact, you don't even need to leave your bed. You can do this from the comfort of your own bed with your covers still over you. If you don't like getting up in the morning, this is the perfect business for you, and you'll see why. And I get to meet some of the most amazing people on the planet. Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter. When we met, I was making more money from Twitter than he was. That was interesting. John Assaraf from The Secret, him and I have become really good friends over the past 5 years. Robert Kiyosaki from Rich Dad Poor Dad. Tony himself, I went to his event in 2009, and that made me shake me up, and I decided I was going to move forward on this path that I'm on right now. Ladies, you've already spotted this, but guys, you mightn't have. Look at the size of his hand. I mean, come on. I mean, I don't know how he uses a keyboard with those sizes of fingers, but anyway, I've been speaking on stage with Tony for many, many years now, and for 1 year from starting as a knowing nothing, I've made my first $1 million. Never underestimate how quickly your life can change when you learn the right skills, right? When you learn the right skills, and that begins for you today. I've been very fortunate to share these stages across the globe with some of the most famous people in the world, but this is nothing about being a presenter or being a speaker, right? It's about knowing how do you use the world of social media, whether you want to be hidden in the background or whether you want to be the personality. It will work for you either way. I've got multiple awards, Guinness World Records, and lots of funnel awards, but for me, the big thing is this. I want to help you to rethink and create an extraordinary life. And we've I talk about social media, I talk about time management, I talk about money, I talk about money for kids and teens. And in fact, at the workshop that we run, it is completely unique in that we don't just cover your success of an online business, right? We also cover how do you not just earn more money, but how do you keep it and how do you grow it? How do you free up the time in your life to actually do this, right? How do you actually understand why there's courses in the past that you haven't done and why you didn't do it and why this is completely different, that this is exactly what you're going to do? That is what I have created because I was the student that sat in the audience and I know exactly what it is that you need to become successful and get out of your own way. In fact, I have a company and a charity where we teach children and teens across the globe money skills and an incredibly fun, it's called Financial Freedom, an incredible fun environment where we're teaching millions of kids across the globe how to do the same. And this was inspired by a 13-year-old who came to that workshop with his dad because the babysitter canceled, and he made $190 in 11 minutes. Every adult in the room had the same look on their face, which was, you little, enter expletive here, right? How dare you prove that this works? What did you do? He said, I did exactly what he said. Like the next generation, the world that we were brought up in is completely different to them, right? They've always been connected. Wi-Fi is not a stranger to them. So if you're worried about outsourcing, you can think about insourcing and do this with your kids and teens because they can absolutely do this even faster than you. So we launched this in South Africa last year to 55,000 children at the first event, and it was incredible to see the difference you can make. And never underestimate, when you start that 4-step process that we've just been through, never underestimate the ripple effect that you can have on other people's lives, right? It truly can make that difference, and it works for absolutely everybody. The internet doesn't discriminate based on age or where you live or where you come from or what your story is or what your history is. It rewards you directly in proportion to the amount of people you help. Your income is a direct outcome of the amount of people that you help. We have children as young as 7 years of age. We have adults as young as in their 90s. It's just up to you to decide, that's it, I'm in, this is happening, I commit. Rooney here, for example, made $130,000 in 4 hours. In 4 hours. Now, I just need to give you full disclosure here. Any of these stories that I share with you, these are people who have been through my program, they've gone to this workshop that we run, but also what's amazing about this is we teach you before you ever show up. We start immediately. You learn everything. You get access to all of your training before you come, because rather than coming as a blank canvas, right, and just, you know, a lot of stuff been coming at you and you don't really get it all, you get everything beforehand. So you already can have your business up and running. You can have a successful business up and running before you even come to the workshop. Now, how cool is that? Now, in-person events were $6,000 for a ticket when they were going on. The news about that is, unfortunately, we have no in-person events. However, we'll share with you a little bit later how we find a workaround for that for some of you right now. But the key thing is you learn and start immediately. Niche chosen immediately. Action taken immediately. Business grown immediately. Then you come back. Like Janet here. Janet spent $12 on her first Facebook ad, and it turned into $2,100 in 12 hours. Do you know what she did? She panicked and she turned off the ad. She said, Paul, this can't be legal. How could this even be legal? Because you can't make money that fast. I said, Janet, you can, and you just did. This is how the world works right now. And Janet, well into her 50s, this is possible for anybody. By the way, I received a book from her in the post just the other day that I'm going to find for you. And I'm going to read out exactly what it says. She said, Paul, thank you for inspiring me, mentoring me, and making me believe that I could do this. Because of your courses, I have now 2 successful businesses, and I am financially free, and I am living my best life. That can be you. It just takes making a decision. These are not my most successful clients, but I share this with you because they're some of the most inspirational. Never rule yourself out over technology. Never rule yourself out over age or mindset, because this is a mind game. It's pressing buttons. You know how to watch this right now. You know how to spend money on the internet. That first time you tried to buy something on the internet, I'm willing to bet it didn't work out. It timed out, credit card number didn't go in correctly. But did you say, that's it, I give up on trying to buy something on the internet forever? Or did you go back and do it again? I bet you went back and did it again, because you weren't going to stop until you could get rid of your money, right? That's the madness of this. You know well how to make money on the internet. It's just time to learn, how do you make it back for yourself, right? Rather than for others. And as Alison says, if someone else can do this, then so can I. Now, I want you to grab your phone and take a picture of this. These are the 9 areas that are the steps, your blueprint. This is your Rethink Social Media blueprint as to the areas that you will learn and need to learn to become an amazing expert on the internet. You don't need them all, but if you have all of these at play, you're talking about an incredibly successful business. You'll notice they all focus and converge on the middle area, which is earning money from this. We're not about learning social media for the sake of it. We're here to do this in order to earn our money. That's why you're here right now. Okay, so let me give you another 5 or 6 seconds to take a picture of that. Okay, because this is the critical difference between success and failure, knowing what to do and in the right order. Okay, so quick recap. Pick a niche or niche that's right. And what do I mean by right? People are spending money in it every day. That makes it easy to find the people. 2, build a database. Give something away for free in order to collect their details. Right now, the softwares to do this are completely free. I haven't been able to say that for an entire decade of teaching this, but the only cost of this business are your ads. That's it. Everything else is free. There is nothing else out there that is as incredible as this, where the tools you need are free. All you need is start off with less than $1 with your ad and get coached on how to do this. What an incredible time to get started. Then the third step is automating the process of getting the money coming in. Final step is getting help. I implore you, don't try and figure this stuff out by yourself, right? Life's too short. Have you noticed how every year is getting shorter and shorter? Get the shortcut. Wealthy people use their money to buy time and buy shortcuts. People that struggle with money use their time to buy money. It's a massive difference. And if you feel you're behind already, it's time you invested in learning how do you get the shortcuts to doing this. So some of my clients you'll already know, like Booking.com, Johnson & Johnson, my day rate for these companies is $15,000 a day. If I'm speaking on stage, my minimum fee is $10,000 per hour. And look, I find it hard to believe as well sometimes, because when I started, my consulting rate was 30 euros an hour. I remember my mentor saying, Paul, you're so cheap. And today, my one-to-one is $100,000 and it's booked up for 1.5 years solid. I had no space, no room for people in there. And that's not to boast, that's just to show you that when money is taken care of, you can truly use your time and energy to do the things that you truly want to do and love to do. But let's get that financial pressure off. Let's deal in certainties. Let's just give people what they want, whether that's your products and services or other people's, doesn't make a difference. But let's go from bigger picture down to narrow down to the specifics of exactly how this works. Google, we go there when we have a problem. We type in something like, I want to lose weight, and look what shows up. Websites offering us solutions that we usually need to pay for to lose weight, and we think of this as normal. What if I could show you a free website that when you type in the problem, it doesn't give you websites where you can buy stuff, but it gave you a list of people who have just said they have that problem. Let me know if you would like to know what that site is, if it actually existed hypothetically, right? A free website where you type in a problem and it gives you a list of people who've just said they have that problem. Okay, here come the yeses in the bucket loads, right? Of course you would. Do you think it exists is the next question. Well, I don't even need to get you to answer that, because it does. I teach all of the different social media with my team, right? But I'm going to convince you about rethinking social media with the social network you would least expect this to work with, Twitter. You type into Twitter, I want to lose weight, and look what happens. You have complete strangers like Carla saying, I want to lose weight. Linda, I'm watching the meerkat manor. I want the same metabolism as a meerkat. They lose 5% of their body weight overnight and need to eat lots. There you go, in case you thought you'd learn nothing today. Caitlin, I only want 2 things, to lose weight and to eat. Denise, I only want 2 things in life, to lose weight and to eat. And if you scroll down, there are hundreds more people stating how much they need to lose weight. All I want in life is to lose weight and gain money, yet instead here I am gaining weight and losing money. If you were with your friends looking at this in a coffee shop, you would say, and that's why we don't go near Twitter, because look, it's full of lunatics. He's literally making my point for me. Look at the crazies on Twitter. That's somebody that's thinking social media, not rethinking social media. Think about this. What kind of state of mind are you in when you go to Twitter to share with 350 million strangers that you have a weight loss problem? Do you think you might be just ready to do something about it? Type in yes if you're starting to see where I'm going with this. Type in yes if you think that someone willing to share their problem openly with the rest of the planet, hundreds of millions of people, might be just ready to do something about it, right? Of course. And this can be any problem. I want to stop smoking. I want a new job. I want a new girlfriend. I want a new boyfriend. I want both. How do I sleep better at night? How do I get my child to sleep through the night? How do I get a six-pack? How do I get coupon codes on a six-pack of beer? Whatever the problem is, it will give you the list of people saying they have this problem at this very moment. Type in wow if you see a wow moment right here, and I'm only getting going. Because I would ask, Paul, Twitter's been around a while. Have I missed the boat? Oh God, no. You are starting at the perfect time. What I'm going to show you in a moment is so good it almost should be illegal, right? Tony Robbins, our friend we mentioned earlier, he's got 3 million followers. What if you were in the niche of personal development and motivation, and you were able to get your message in front of his followers? Might that be a good thing or even an amazing thing? Welcome to the world of Twitter advertising. Not only can you get your message in front of his followers, 3 million, they will put it in front of his lookalike followers, people similar to the people that follow him. 92.1 million people that you can put your message in front of that are related to Tony Robbins. He's done all the work. You just rock up right now and say, thank you. I'm now going to get my message in front of your people. Now let's see, do you get this? Whose stuff do you think you should sell to his people? Anybody? Whose stuff do you think you should sell to Tony's people? I don't care if you have a postgraduate degree or doctorate in psychology. Nobody cares. That's the world that we live in. You sell Tony's stuff to Tony's people. You sell Richard Branson's books to Richard Branson's people. You sell Harry Potter books to J.K. Rowling people. You sell Microsoft products to Microsoft followers. This is why I wonder why people go to work in the morning when all they got to do is wake up and say, whose stuff do I sell to their people today? Type in aha if you have just had a light bulb moment right now. You're like, oh my freaking, what did he just say? I just sell their stuff to their people. Now listen to the voice in your head, but why aren't they doing it? Why isn't everybody? Listen to immediately where your brain brings you. Immediately tries to find reasons why it won't work. Like it always has your entire life, and where has that got you, right? If you want to know what we're doing differently, look and learn, right? Stop getting advice from broke people about what you should do about your money or your business. It doesn't make them bad people, but we confuse friendship and financial advice. They're not the same. If you're getting free advice, it's worth every penny. Stop taking advice from people who've never figured it out and start listening to those that have. Give people what they want, right? Absolutely incredible here. He's got events that are running across the globe right now where you could be making 20 to 30% commission on every sale. And you might think, but is he going to get worried about that? He will love you for it because you're making him more money. You're making more money. Everybody wins. You don't even need to leave your bedroom. He's got to go get up and run a show for 4 days, right? Now, this gets better and better. Watch this closely. You can tell Twitter, I want clicks on my page. What kind of a page? A simple one page, get your free gift here. And they will put that in front of whoever you want. Or conversions, what that means is you only pay when you get a result. So if you collect an email address, you only pay then. Or if you're sending people to buy something, you only pay for that after somebody buys. I'm going to repeat that. Imagine only paying for your ad after it's successful and somebody has purchased, right? This is what I want you to be aware of. One of my accountants says, Paul, you don't teach business, you teach magic. I said, what? He said, business isn't what you do. He said, business is taking out a loan, pretending to a bank that it will only take you 3 years to get out of debt. You put up all your own personal equity, put yourself at massive risk, have a 96% chance of failure, and that's what people do. He said, well, what you do, there's no risk. You just put $1 in your ad or less, and you can see if it works. If it works, it scales. If it doesn't, you adjust it. I said, I know. He has stopped doing what he used to do. That's why he's now my former accountant, because he now sells online versions of what he used to do, right? When your accountant does that, you know you are onto something pretty amazing if you think about it. Type in magic if you are starting to get the magic behind what's happening here. Business has completely changed, and for the better. Stop listening to the negativity and stop being affected by the external pressure where everything seems to be collapsing around us in the economy, when you are right at the source of creating your own magic in your own world by giving people whatever it is that they want, right? You can get your message in front of anybody who use any particular words. I want to lose weight. Now you might think, Paul, that's amazing, but I don't have a weight loss product. You don't need to. You make your way over to a page like Weight Watchers, and you can sign up completely for free to sell their stuff. They'll give you a unique website link that's yours, and any sale that's made through that link, they pay you either into your bank account or into your PayPal account or by check, depending on what your preference is. And it's free to sell their stuff. They've spent millions in branding and in product creation and getting testimonials and success stories, and you just rock up, promote it, and you get paid. And listen to your brain. Why isn't everybody else doing it? That's asking the same question as why are broke people not doing things that make them wealthy? The question should be, where has this guy been my whole life? How do I start doing this now before anybody else hears about this? Add followers. Type in the name of any account of any person on Twitter and you can target their people. Television targeting. You can target people while a TV show is on. So if there's a football match, a hockey match, whatever it is, you can target both audiences, both crowds, and sell their jerseys to their people. Any political debate that's going on, you can sell I love enter president-elect number 1 or president-elect number 2 in any country and sell t-shirts to both sides. You have been way overcomplicating this, right? You've been putting yourself in this position where you're putting so much pressure that you need to come up with the ideas, the products, the services, when guess what? You don't. Just give them what they want. What if your business isn't doing this? You know, what if you're not learning and implementing this, right? Who thinks, by the way, I might be able to help you just a little bit? Just type in please help if you think I can help you, even just a little bit with what you're learning from me here right now. I'm hoping that you're starting to see that this is a seismic shift, a quantum leap in terms of where you're going to be going financially. Because when you get this, it's just about, where do I start? How do I get going? This is what I needed. And it's all on this device. You're still using these tools, but you're spending time, energy, effort, focus, and money on them when it could be making you money, right? What if we could just target wealthy people? Let's just keep going with the magic tricks here while we're at it. What if you could just target wealthy people? Type in W if you'd love to know, how could you just target wealthy people just for the sake of it? Let me see all the W's. Fantastic, right? Seriously, is he going to show more? Yes, I'm going to show more. You can target people based on whether they own a home, 23 million, or rent a home. Why would I bother with the renters? I can target people based on the value of the house that they live in, the characteristics of the house that they live in, the type of pets that they have, their credit history or credit worthiness. Credit worthiness, 11.6 million, excellent. When you run out of them, very good credit worthiness, 6.2 million. You can target people based on the financial services they use, the credit cards that they have, how much discretionary spending or spare money do they have. I can target people based on their net worth. Net worth of 100 grand to 1 million, 1.82 million people, 1 million plus, 88,000, 1 million to 2 million, over 1 million people. You can target people based on how affluent they are. Affluent parents, who would have thought there was such a thing? 3.5 million. Ladies, if you learn nothing else today, affluent single men, 768,000 of them. That's worth going deeper. That's men who are single, don't have children, have an income of over $75,000 or a net worth of $250 million. Ladies, the news gets better and better. You can close down those Tinder accounts right now. No more swipe left, no more swipe right. Get onto Twitter and find your selection of soulmates. There are hundreds of thousands of them. Now, if you are like a lot of people, you're thinking, how do they know this? That question is exactly the same, has exactly the same value as asking, how does electricity work? How does the Wi-Fi thing work? Why is the sky blue? Guys, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of the questions that you ask. The answer to that question makes no difference to your purse or your wallet or bank account whatsoever. You need to ask more empowering questions like, oh my God, is anybody else looking over my shoulder? Because I don't want anybody else learning this stuff. Where has this leprechaun Irish guy been my whole life? What's his name again? I should really have been looking. Thankfully, the name is on the camera. How do I start this today? How do I make the most of this when there's never been more money spent on the internet? Ads have never been cheaper in years. There's never been more products to sell. And there's never been a bigger incentive to set up your own income stream when you realize that most people are a single flu away from financial ruin. Your time has come. Who needs this in their lives? Type into the chat right now, I need this now. I type into the chat, I need this now, and I get a quick drink of water here. You can see how enthusiastic I get about this because I know your lives are about to change forever. Where you once saw problems, you're now going to see solutions. Where you once saw massive piles of debt, you suddenly see how you can get rid of it. Just giving people what they want and understanding and using the technology that everyone uses. And they say, I'm not technical, but God, they're technical enough to spend their money, right? It's time you learned. And Facebook, by the way, right? Facebook are so clever that you don't even need to type your email address and you can collect it. The person just presses the button twice, learn more. Facebook enter their email address for them. They click again, email got. $1 per person per month, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You go to bed, you're making money. You wake up, you're making money. Your world is about to change for the better. I can tell you one thing, you're not going to be caring what else other people are saying on social media, friends or family. You won't care because it's becoming a whole new world for you. That type of ad, by the way, in case you are already running ads, is called a lead generation ad. The one where they don't even need to even type their names and email addresses. You either get targeted by these things or you do the targeting, right? And the price of ads, like I just mentioned, they're cheaper than they have been in years because of the knock-on effect of COVID. It's killed so many small businesses. There's less competition. You could not be starting at a better time. It's less than $1 to run a Facebook ad. It is 1 cent, 1 cent to start with a Twitter ad. We could not have met at better times. Please, please don't leave today without taking action in these steps where you say, right, I need help. I need to be shown this. I want to make this fast. I want to make this happen. We're under guidance, not trying to figure it out from anybody else, especially people who haven't made it work. Follow the path of least resistance where you just follow exactly what I did. Now, by the way, my Facebook ads and Twitter ads course is online for $3,997. I'm going to tell you, don't go there. Don't buy that because I am going to make you an incredible deal before we finish up that literally is of no risk to anybody. The only risk is not doing it, right? It's all upside. Why do I do that? Because I was the student. I know how close I was from not going down this path. I know how close I was from being in a job, like my friends are still in the same job a decade later, or on the other hand, made almost $50 million in the meantime through the internet, not being technical, right? And I don't spend my day running Facebook ads, right? That's the beauty of all of this stuff. You can find others to do it once you learn how. Jake here, for example, a teacher from Manchester. We met on a beach in Fiji. He was finishing doing a trip around the world, a once-in-a-lifetime trip. I was getting paid to be out there. He couldn't get over it. He had spent his last penny in the world to be there. I was getting paid to sit on the beach beside him. He joined my workshop, went to the workshop. He quit his job as a teacher in Manchester in the UK. He made $26,000 in a single hour with Instagram. He got 10,000 followers on Instagram in 30 days. right? Uh, Vishal here, Facebook Messenger. He made $55,000 in 3 hours, worked in a job and ended up quitting. Well, who doesn't when you're making $55,000 in 3 hours? You either use these tools like Messenger or you actually can make a fortune from it. The beauty of it is it's your choice. And guess what? People that are not here right now today, they're just going to keep on getting targeted in these while you're going to realize these are the tools that you need to get incredibly wealthy, right? Doesn't matter, as I said, the internet doesn't discriminate about where you live, what economy you're in, what products you have, how experienced you are, because you can target any country, anywhere, anytime. You can sell anybody's products to anywhere, to anyone, get the right people in front of the right products that they want, you win every single time. In case you think you're too busy, Alfred here works 60 hours a week as a medical professional in a hospital. He sent me a message on Skype saying, hey, Paul, just had a milestone today, over $200 in a day. This was before the workshop, following the training videos. By the time the workshop came around, he was doing $350 per day on the side of his job. That's $127,000 a year. Type in, yes, please, if you could do with an extra 127 grand on the side to take the pressure off, right? And this is on the side. This is a busy guy, right? Again, I've written a best-selling book on the topic of called Rethink Time Management to show you that you are not too busy, that you can definitely carve up the time you need. You only need about half an hour a day. That's it, right? Half an hour a day to do this, and you can catch up at the weekends. James here started in November 18. It's made over $2.5 million. I mean, who would like even just 1% of that? That would be life-changing to quite a few people, right? So this is so real. These are people who did not believe that this would work for them, but guess what? They did it, and hell, it made an incredible difference. I mean, who wants these types of results in their lives? Type into the chat right now, I want this now. Let your conscious, your subconscious, your unconscious, let them all know that you need this, you want this, and this is happening, right? And any resistance you're feeling, any inner gremlins that are telling you, yeah, but what about everybody? Everyone else is putting the money into the internet. The people that are putting you off are the people actually feeding the money in, buying the products or services. They're the ones that are spending it all, right? You are the one that is going to be making it. It's the same transaction, you're just moving sides. That's the key thing. And again, I'll talk about the, oh my God, so many of you are saying you want this right now. Okay, right, we'll see what we can do. But again, the key to this is starting to learn straight away and then having the workshop of 4 days of life transforming, business transforming, money transforming training with my team, which are going to completely change you from where you are right now. So niche, done, niche, done. Social media, you get it now. You see, oh my good God, what the possibilities are. Building your squeeze page or the opt-in page, this thing that you see all the time. In fact, to get here today, you would have entered your details into one of these. The tools for these are now free. They're completely free to use. It's absolutely incredible. For example, you can go to rethinkgroove.com and you can get free access to training that build these out for you, Rethink Groove. But it's just incredible, right? It's never been free before. You've never got these tools for free before. So what we do is we show you how you build your database. You give something away for free. You don't even need to create it. There's more than ample things available to give away for free already on the internet. All you need is the tools to connect the people with the products, with the free gifts. And then it's the money making. What do you sell to people in order to bring the money in? How do you get people rushing to get what it is that you have, whether it's your own or somebody else's? And how do you automate it? And the big question that people always have is, but how do I sell other people's products? You go to the website, you find a link that will say partners or affiliates, and you sign up completely for free, and they'll ask you for your bank details. Some people will say, stranger danger, my parents told me never give my bank details to somebody, and then we wonder why we never get paid. You can't take money out of someone's account with bank details. You can only lodge money, right? If you don't want to give your bank details, give your PayPal details or your home addresses that send you a check. You can sell anything. Anything that you can buy on Amazon, you could be selling on Amazon. Anything that you can buy on eBay, you could be selling on eBay. I don't mean your own products. I mean anything that you could literally buy, any of these books at all that you could buy on Amazon today, you could be selling them and making money from them, even though you didn't write any of them, and maybe you even haven't read any of them. Any products, cameras, lawnmowers, whatever it is on Amazon or eBay, you could be selling them today and making money from it. the world's best training courses, events like we just mentioned, like Tony Robbins, where you can make hundreds of dollars by getting other people to go to an event that you don't even have to show up to. Other experts. Later, you can create your own as well. And many of you want to create your own brand around you, around your image. And it doesn't matter which you choose. All I'm asking you to do is open your doors up to let the income streams flow in. In fact, my first guarantee I'll make to you is you will save more money in the behavior change that you will make when you're spending money online than your entire investment today in just the next 3 months. You will actually save more money than what the average person spends on the internet in the next 3 months by just changing your behavior, by learning that every time you're buying on the internet, you should be making money every single time. But it's not just about saving your investment back. That's like a given. It's a given that the investment that you make today, you'll just save that back. But what about life-changing money? What if you could sell products where you make $600 a sale, or $1,800 a sale, or even $4,000 from a single sale? Well, my students, I allow them exclusively to go and sign up and sell my products, to sell my programs, because they're doing it, they love it, and for me, it makes so much sense that they can do that, just like I showed you with Tony Robbins earlier. So let's take a look at when I wake up in the morning, what I check. I'm not checking my social media. I check, how did sales go last night? So one of our programs, which is purely access to a digital membership site, and that's it. There's no live engagement, no workshop, nothing like that. It's a yearly access to a membership site for $997. Every single circle here where you see 997, 997, 997, 997, 997, 997, 997 is a lodgement of $997. 3 payments of $397, $19, $997, $997. You might wonder, Paul, do you ever get tired of saying 997, 997, 997? No, you never do. When the lodgements are coming in to your account, every single one. Who thinks they could give up their caffeine addiction? Who thinks this would put a pep in their step first thing in the morning if you knew you were waking up to this every day? Who thinks you might even have trouble going to sleep when you're this excited about waking up to see what just happened during the night, right? You are about to take advantage of the fact that it's a global world out there. People are awake 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You just need to learn, how do you take advantage of it? Let me just show you some examples. In the middle of June 13th, $17,000. June 12th, $20,000. June 11th, this is all one website. June 11th, $23,000. June 10th, $26,000. June 9th, $10,000. June 8th, $5,000. June 7th, $19,000. June 6th, $9,000. I'm showing you this because for a lot of people that would put you off this is almost as much in a day that they make in a year with their salary. And they'll still try and convince you not to look at this. That to me is crazy. That's absolutely crazy. You need to have a secondary income source in today's world. If 2020 is going to teach anybody anything, the year of COVID is like, you cannot rely on just one source of income from a job or a business, because it can disappear at any moment. And now you're learning how in a single day you can get to that point. A yearly salary in a day. I mean, why would you not learn this? Where's the downside? It's all upside. This account, last 7 days, 204,000. Last 4 weeks, 552,000. Last 12 months, 1.59 million. Last 7 days, 98,000. Last 4 weeks, 400,000. Last 12 months, 1.1 million. July, 232,000. June, 241,000. May, 578,000. April, 493,000. February, 329,000. But remember, the internet is an SCAM, a systemized cash accumulation machine. Don't even get into an argument about it anymore, because the people trying to convince you that it's a scam are the people putting their money into the internet. They're making deposits for you to make withdrawals. I'm hoping you're starting to see how this works. Every time somebody buys something, someone else has been selling it. It's the same transaction, and the people doing the buying are telling the people that want to do the selling that, oh God, don't touch that, when they're actually putting all the deposits in. It's time to make your withdrawals. I'm hoping you're getting this, and I'm really hoping that you make the right decision in the next few minutes, because what you do in the next 10 minutes is going to determine where you end up in the next 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, 10 months, 5 years, 10 years from now. So for me, I would invest whatever it takes right now so you can invest whatever you want the rest of your life, because there's never been a better time to get started. The critical component of this right now is getting help, getting coached, getting shown what to do. The only way any of us do anything is if we're held accountable because that's how we were taught in school. You do your homework because you get in trouble if you don't. If you get away without doing it, you won't do it, okay? So we need support. We need to be shown what to do. Unlike the child, no child has ever learned how to read by themselves or walk or cycle, but they're shown how by somebody that knows how to do it. But we've never been shown how to grow successful businesses, how to manage money correctly, how to understand our mindset and what stops us from taking action when we need to. But that's how we're expected to make a living. It's not your fault. I want you to understand that. You have followed the system to the T, and you've got the results that you were expected to get. Look around you. The people around you are demonstrating the same results. Deeper in debt, the further they go on in life. Not for you anymore. It's time to rethink this. What you're earning today is a direct result of what you know right now. It's what you learned from today. That's what gets you the results you want from now on. If you continue to do what you always did, you'll continue to get what you always got. That changes today. The secret to success is not a secret. If you read the autobiography of any famous sports star or business professional, they all start by thanking their coach. I want to thank my coach who showed me exactly what to do. Your coach focuses on the destination rather than the hurdles on the way there. If you're by yourself, you'll constantly ask yourself, why am I the only one doing this? Where's everybody else? Why aren't more broke people coming around and supporting me on this journey? That's the last thing you want. You want to be focusing on what works for wealthy people. Follow the system, follow the process. It's super easy. You need to be shown how. Climb up on the shoulders of giants and go and do exactly what they do. That's it. Simplified, follow it, make it happen. And I'm really excited to share with you that some of you today are going to be joining in the next few minutes, me and my team, in supporting you and holding your hand for you to be the next success story on how to create an incredibly highly profitable, ever-growing, successful business, not just for a few months, but for years and decades ahead. Because remember, the foundations of what we're talking about here are solving problems for people regardless of where they are in the world and whatever products it is that they want. So I'm really, really excited to announce we do have coaching support programs, and we are running a live 4-day event from home. You do not need to leave your house. You're saving on flights, buses, trains, car journeys, fuel. This is you from home, and best of all, I am going to be delivering this myself. Our in-person classes, my coaches deliver for us, but this I am going to be doing in person. So you get to spend 4 days with me, right? You can see the dates there in front of you, right? Make a note of them. If you've got a funeral plan for those dates, cancel it. This is more important than death, right? And if those days don't work for you, we'll work around it with you. Don't worry about that. But that's the next one that you can come on. But remember, we teach you before this, right? The workshop comes to the end after the training. So we start immediately, right? We are starting next week. I'll give you the exact date and time in a moment, where we pick your niche, we get you going, you get your login details to the site and get access to the training, and off you go, up and running, and you start and do everything you need in advance of the workshop. So we give you plenty of time to go and do that. Remember, you took a picture of this earlier. This is what we are going to be covering in those 4 days, but we will be starting you with all of the what exactly you need to press in what order, and we make the assumption that you know nothing, that you're starting from scratch. In fact, I even make the assumption that you've never used social media before. You're not on Facebook, you're not on Twitter, you're not on Instagram. We assume you know nothing because our average student is in their 50s, and they're not here to learn social media. They're here to learn how do they create and earn money right now, because they can see this is where it's at, and this is where there's no risk, and it's just about learning it and doing it, and you have this skill forever to create as many income streams as you wish. By the way, you're probably guessing that mindset, it's something I've mentioned a few times, is important to me, but it is. It absolutely is. It really helps you propel your success. So anybody that decides to sign up and pay in full today, I am going to give you my magical mindset training, which is online for $2,000. I'm going to include that completely for free for those of you that decide to pay in full today and join immediately. Okay, so I'm telling you that now before the panic kicks in when people are trying to get in and to be first in. I'm telling you that now while you hear it clearly. But you can be warming up your fingers, because those of you that know you want in, get ready, because it's first come, first served, right? There's only a limited number of spaces because I'm the coach. I answer all the questions personally, right? If the chats come to me directly, so you know, if you want to be in, you need to get ready. And as I say, first in, first come, first served is how it works. But when you pay in full, you get mindset mastery as well. Luke here, another great example. He says, "G'day, Paul." He's Australian. "As you know, I started just 5 months ago. I've been rigidly sticking to my actions. I earned $7,000 last week. It's going to be over $8,000 for the first time next week. Who would have thought this was possible a few months ago? I've already paid my parents back for the loan. They think I am selling drugs. LOL." That's why I'm sharing that one. I just love that. It's like my favorite story of all time. It just shows how one generation thinks about the next generation, that it's impossible to make money in the ways that we can nowadays so quickly. He sent me an email more recently saying, "Hey, Paul, how's it going there? I had my biggest sales day, so you know as well. I made over $100,000 worth of sales to my training 6 weeks ago. Loving the journey." $100,000 of sales in a day. Loving the journey. He's not even emotional about it anymore, because that's what happens when money is taken care of. You realize, you know what? The more people you help, the more money you make. We had a catch up in March of 2020. He made $2.3 million in 2019. And he shared with me for the first time that he actually slept in his car when he came to my workshop outside because he couldn't afford the hotel. Don't underestimate what you can do. We teach you everything, start to finish, everything you need. You don't need any experience or technical ability. If you're on this call listening to me, you know enough already. Salman, a 13-year-old, making $190 in 11 minutes, which I showed you earlier. He's nowhere even close to the record. Kiane came to the workshop in October. I have to take a drink before this one. A 13-year-old made $13,000 in 2 days. Think about how this child's mindset has changed around money for his entire life, right? This is child's play. You were that child once upon a time when you just got on with things. You didn't worry about what everybody else would think. The younger you learn how to drive, the easier it is. The older you wait, the more you worry about other people, going slow in front of strangers, worrying about hitting people you don't even know. As a kid, get in, get on with it, you figure it out. Go and find that childish energy within you, because it never leaves. It's there. It might be hidden, but this is child's play. It's pressing buttons in the right order. And as I said, I'll be teaching children across the globe how to do this for years to come with our company and charities. But the question is I have for you is, who is ready to take that step to this brand new world, right, of incredible success, having full control over your own finances, never waking up with this nervousness in your stomach, wondering did the price go up or down, or did the property market go up or down, where you just have absolute predictability around whatever it is you want to make moving forward, and create as many income streams as you wish. Type in "I'm ready" if you are ready for this. Now, I know you are by the fact you've even committed to being here for all of this time already, and I'm just going to share this to give you the opportunity. I wanted to use a full hour and a half to just give you as much training as I could. This is the opportunity for you to come and join me and my team. If you're ready right now, you better really get ready, because we are here to make you successful. Our company is successful because you're successful. That is our entire motto, is to have you, be successful, follow through and make this happen. Because like me, as the student, it's easy to be skeptical, but I'm coming back from the other side to say, please don't listen to the people who don't know what they're talking about, who will tell you don't touch anything that's not the safe 9-to-5 secure job. But that is not secure anymore. It's the most insecure thing you can do, is hand your financial affairs into someone else's hands. It's time to take over. Here's your official invitation to come work with me personally. The number one best way to succeed in setting up your online business, which you need to do. This is going to become, in a few years from now, everyone's going to have an online business, because they'll realize finally that you can't rely on a job, but you are going to be so far ahead of the game. Now, I am going to share with you here an incredible collection of components of this offer. Now, please don't feel overwhelmed by this, by the fact that I'm going to put so much in here. I'm doing it because I want to make this offer absolutely incredible, that you'll see there is zero risk involved, that you have money back guarantees, you've got everything you need and more, right? And this is the ultimate solution for any financial problems that you see right now. So we start next week, right? There we go. We have the times and the dates for you specifically. It's live with me. If you cannot make it live, it will be recorded and you'll have access the next day. We have 4 more web classes then that we will drip feed to you in the lead up to the workshop. So in these web classes, we tell you exactly what to do, step by step by step. Here's what you do: open this video, watch it, implement this. It couldn't be simpler, right? It's literally, remember, I'm the product of 2 teachers, so teaching is in my genes, right? And that's, I really simplify this for you, so it's super easy to do. We're live next week with me, and if you can't make it live at that time, there's no problem, we'll have the recording for you. That's $997 of value for those 5 web classes that point out exactly what you need to do. Number 2, the workshop. You've taken the picture already of the blueprint. This is what we'll be covering there. It's not just about social media, not just about building your business and how to create a highly successful, highly profitable business. It will also show you, what do you do with that money? How do you keep it? How do you grow it? How do you make sure you don't fall into the traps that you have done in the past? How do you make sure you follow through and implement these steps? Where you may have purchased courses in the past that you didn't follow through on, we explain why that happened and why it will never happen again. Because I was that student and I know exactly what the secrets are to make sure you succeed at this. So this is after you've got all of the training. And let me say it again, we start next week, no hanging about, up and running straight away, and then that leads up to the workshop. Tickets online, $5,997. You may have even tried to buy one right now. You'll see you can't, because it's completely sold out. We're not doing any physical classes, so you can't have bought it there, but you're in the right place at the right time, because I'm going to make you an incredible offer that is so much better even than that. 4 days with me live in person. Number 3, in case you feel technically challenged, we are actually going to build the opt-in page for you. We'll obviously teach you how to do this as well, so you can create as many as you wish, but we will build this for you, save you the bother. That's a value of $497, but just in case you're nervous about the technical side of things. Number 4, the thing I am most proud of in our organization is our help center. They are amazing. We have 11 full-time staff. They work 7 days a week to support you and help you become successful. We hold your hand through any questions and queries that you have. No soldier left behind, no problem too silly, no question too stupid. I've had all of those questions, and I know how important it is to feel supported. You will not find support like this in the online marketing world in any other program like this. Absolutely not, because I am way over committing to you to make sure that you've got everything you need and more. It says here our average customer satisfaction rating is 97%. That is true, except for the last 4 weeks where it's been 100%, 4 weeks in a row. That shows you how much focus we put into our support of our people and making sure that you come first. So put all your fears to the side. We're here to support you now. You need a new support structure around things that your friends and family know nothing about, that you know very little about, but that's all going to change. In 2 to 3 months from now, you will be in the top 0.1% most knowledgeable people on the planet on this topic. Number 5, you are going to get lifetime access to all of the training courses. You'll start to get this from this week. We will drip from next week. We will be drip feeding them to you in your VIP membership site. But you'll get your login details. We'll show you everything from the different social networks, from LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, how to rank a video on the front page of YouTube in 60 seconds, Instagram, how to blog and make money from blogging and position yourself as an expert, how to create content when you don't want to write anything yourself, how do you send and write emails, where do you find the products to sell to people if you don't have your own, and how do you build a database, and step-by-step guidance. There's $13,000 worth of value in here, and you have it forever, right? You have access to this forever in the membership site. So as I said, there's no risk at all with this. What you're getting, you have for a lifetime. I think you might have lost me there for a second, so let me just check. So let me know that you can see 6 on the screen now. Yes, there's more. Number 6, live calls. We are so confident in your success that we are going to be doing live calls with you. We're going to show you how to make up to $4,000 from a single sale. We're going to literally come on live with you, walk you through the process, hold your hand every step of the way. Total value here of $1,997 here. And look, we just want to make sure that you absolutely have the confidence that we are there to support you no matter what. Step 7, for those of you with children or teens in your life in any form, and you want to give them this opportunity at the age they are now where they can learn this straight away, We have an online half-day training, which is step-by-step showing them how to create this incredible money management system. They're going to become financially smart. It's going to show them how they can manage money, that they'll never have to worry about money their entire lives. You can secure your future family's income with this. It's recorded. You can share it with the rest of your family members, but we'll also show them how to create a business within 12 hours that they can actually have up and running and making money within 24 hours. Now, I have a conservative value of $997 here, which is ridiculous considering this is generation changing, right? So let's do a quick recap here. The live web class next week, 4 more web classes drip fed to you. Then the ticket for the workshop, the 4-day workshop with me, the opt-in done for you, a year's support from our help center, which is absolutely incredible, a VIP access for life to our membership site, live success calls. I have 6 other bonuses that I'm not going to go through. You'll find out once you're in, and the half-day online training for the child or teen in your life. That's a total value of over $30,000. Now, when I first went to these events and I saw a total value of 20 million, I remember thinking, why don't you just sell one for 20 million if that's the case and take the pressure off? People don't buy these individually, right? The real value is, what does this program cost, and what have people paid for this in the past? Well, let me tell you, when this was a 2-day workshop, half the length that it is now, and we used to do it live in London, it was $9,497 plus $127 per month for the support. Now, before you panic and think that's a little bit out of my reach, good news. I am doing this event live online, as you know. So what does that mean? I don't need to book a hotel for 5 or 6 days. I don't need to fly there myself with my family. I don't need to bring 10 coaches over and fly them over and put them up for that period of time and pay for their food and everything that comes with that. So I'm going to pass all of the savings directly onto you so you can take advantage of what's going on right now, where there's never been more money spent on the internet. Ads haven't been this cheap in years. And I want to take away any doubt you have whatsoever, take away any risks that you perceive right now, and take them all away, because this works for absolutely everybody. Right now, let me show you how you can do this for just an incredible starter amount. Not going to be even close to 9,497. I'm going to discount this not by 20%, not even 40%, not even 60%, because across the globe, all over the world, I've been selling this program for $3,997 in various forms over the years. But for you, I am going to make this even more enticing. Not even 80% off. I can see in the chat people are saying more and more. I'm going to give you over 95% off, but you must go right now. There's the link. I told you get ready for $497. You are getting everything I've just explained. Everything for $497. Go to the link right now. It's on the page. It's in the chat. Please don't miss out. Be very careful in typing your details in, because if you get thrown out, you go back to the end of the queue. So be very careful that you do this correctly and that you get in correctly, right? So just be careful, but get in immediately, right? So everything we just talked about is included. It's a one-time payment. There's no more. This isn't an installment. It's a one-time payment. And if you need it, I think we even have a payment plan in there. We do actually. But what an incredible opportunity. I'm going to encourage you strongly. Get in, pay in full right now. Why? Because I've got these incredible action-taking bonuses right now. As I mentioned earlier, you know, when I'm doing one-to-ones, I charge $2,000 an hour for my consulting. And I know many of you would love to get a one-to-one with me, and that's not my ego. I just know I'll be able to help you. You've asked me to please help you earlier on in this call. Well, what I'll do is, when you purchase, we'll give you the option to upgrade so that you can book a one-to-one with me. Okay, and you'll get it for the $1,997. So that, and again, this is so you can work directly with me. You don't have to do this, right? And you can't buy this online. It's not available. You can't just book me for a consult, but I will make it available to you. And in fact, what I was thinking, to make this just a complete no-brainer, even though I know many of you are thinking, I might go for that. In fact, I will go for that. Wait a second. I'm going to discount this for you. In fact, if you act right now, you pay in full, I'm going to include a one-to-one with you completely for free. No catches, $497, one-time payment. I will include a one-to-one with that. Yes, but you need to go now. This is limited. The catch is actually it's limited. This is time limited. You need to get in right now. This is first come, first served, especially for this part. The one-to-one, you do not want to miss out on that. Okay, so go right now. Get your one-to-one booked with me. It is free. You're upgraded free when you pay in full right now. By the way, I'm going to keep coming with the bonuses right now. Why not? Who'd like to bring a guest for free? Type into the chat, me right now, if you would love to bring somebody else with you on this journey with you. Not literally on their back in this case, but who would love to bring somebody with them? Just type in me right now if you would love someone else to be doing this with you, starting together, and especially coming to that workshop with you, right? Because what I'm going to do is I am going to include a second ticket for the workshop, for you and a partner of yours, whoever that is, a family member, a business partner, whoever you think it's a good fit for. Okay, so 2 tickets to the workshop. This is $6,000 of value that we're getting as part of this. Now, by the way, as soon as you get in, notice you will then be brought to this page, which is your registration page for our live first call next week. If you don't get this, don't worry, we'll be emailing you anyway with a separate link to it. But you need to get in right now. Remember, there's a limited number of spaces for those one-to-ones, so please jump in right now, grab this, and you will be getting your one-to-one call with me and 2 tickets to that workshop. Now, I'd also like to make sure that you know that you've got 100% confidence in getting your money back. How are we going to do this? Simple. If you just recommend 2 people to my team, and we'll talk to you through this next week and how this works, you just recommend 2 people, we will give them this deal for $497. They'll get everything we talked about, bar the one-to-one and the second person coming to the workshop, but they'll get everything else, which makes this an incredible deal and really easy for us to get them on board here. Just 2 people, I will personally give you your money back. I will give you your entire investment back for this. And you know what? There's going to be no expiry on this. This is a lifetime money back guarantee. You recommend any 2 people to us that you know that this is a good fit for, and we will honor this. In fact, I will personally wire back your investment today, so you know that forever you have this opportunity, right? Okay. By the way, I'm going to do a second money back guarantee. I told you I'm going to take away all the risk. Like literally, your only risk today is this: not signing up. And let me show you why. Firstly, now you've just seen I've given you a money back guarantee that never expires. You've often seen guarantees that expire at the end of 6 months or a year or 2 years. That will never expire. I will honor that anytime that you do it. But I'm going to give you a second money back guarantee. When you join the program, if for any reason you decide in the next 2 weeks that it's just not the right fit for you at this time, no problem. You know what? I'm still going to give you access to the coaching calls where we'll show you how to make up to $4,000 for a sale. I'm also going to give you my Blogger Bonanza training, $2,000 worth of training for free, and that is even if you change your mind. That's even if you change your mind in the next 2 weeks and I give you your money back, I'm giving you double the value back of what you invested and your money back. That's how confident I am that you will love this, because I was there. I went through the process of wondering, is this the right thing for me? Being skeptical, it sounds too good to be true, so it probably is. It's unbelievable, it probably is. I'm telling you, been there, done that, come out the other side, and that's why I'm here purposely with you, showing you that you need to do this. This will be the answers to what you've been looking for around your financial destiny. Okay, the link remains the same. Please get in so you don't miss out on any of the slots. Back to Warren Buffett, who says, investing in yourself is the most important investment you'll ever make in your life. Are you willing to give up 1/4 of a cup of coffee per day for a year? 68 cents? You might think, how is it 68 cents per day for a year? That is what it is, because listen to this. I am going to give you a 2-for-1 deal. Both of you and your guests to the workshop, can access all of the training, but you need to go right now. This is a 2-for-1 for your $497. Both of you are getting this. If you're a business owner, this is a write-off against your company. If you're not, we'll be showing you how to set up a business and write this off against your company. It's a no brainer, 68 cents per day. You're worth millions of times this. But in the moment right now where we can just reduce the cost because there's no travel, no hotels need to be booked, and you don't have the costs either of coming, this is an incredible opportunity where there's literally no risk. I've just gone through your 2 money back guarantees. It is completely a no-brainer. Again, remember, click on your link, go in there, book right now. Someone's asking, do we have a few of you are asking about installment plans? I believe so. If you look there, there should be an option, but you will miss out on the one-to-one. But if that's the only way in, that's what you do. Jump in and grab it anyway, okay? So again, you're going to be given this registration page for our live web class as soon as you purchase, so make sure you go in and grab that, okay? So again, this will expire tonight, so you do not want to miss this. The one-to-one expires as soon as I stop talking, but get in straight away. First come, first serve. Now here is a summary of everything for you on one slide. The live web class next week with me, and 4 more web classes drip fed to you. The live workshop, as you know, with me, a $6,000 ticket. The opt-in page done for you will also be teaching you how to do it. A year's access to our help center. Lifetime access to the membership side, okay, to all of the training that's in there. 3 live calls, we'll either do them as 1 or we'll break them out as 3, but we'll make sure that you get everything you need, hold your hand step by step, no soldier left behind. 6 more surprise bonuses, the half-day online training for your kids and teens that sets them free financially for life, the mindset mastery training that you get when you pay in full, the one-to-one call with me, but that's first come, first serve. Please don't miss out, jump in now, pay in full, and a second person gets to experience everything with you, all of the training. Absolutely incredible, lifetime access, no brainer. 2 of you coming to the workshop. If you cannot make the dates in question, just let us know. The email is up there right now, okay? So send us an email if you can't get in right now, because I can see in the comments the main issues now are people getting in. Just refresh, guys, refresh. I'll keep this open a little bit longer because I can see people are having big challenges getting in. Those of you that are in, huge congratulations, right? But those of you that can't, just keep refreshing. Or what I would do anyway, send an email immediately to us. You see the email address there saying, look, I can't get in right now, so that we at least can timestamp that you got the email in time, okay? So for whatever reason, your credit card isn't working out, debit card or the payment plan option isn't working for you, email us right now, okay? So make a note of that email, grab a hold of it. Here's the link again. Once you get to that page, choose the one that you want. And I mean, go for the first one, pay in full, get the one-to-one with me. No brainer. And again, everything, this is just a one-time payment, no catches whatsoever. Huge congratulations to those of you that are in right now. Let me just answer some of the questions that are coming in here as well. I'll answer as many as I can, but I'll answer the ones that are most prevalent. So a good few of you issues with your payment. So what I've said about that, send us an email straight away. Send us an email, just timestamp it, and we'll get in touch with you. Is there payment plan questions? You know now, yes, there is a pay plan there for you. Even on 497, we're doing a pay plan to make this just no-brainer. Paul, how do I upgrade to the one-to-one? Great question. I did say you need to upgrade. Once you've signed up, we upgrade you for free. When you pay in full, your $497, it is completely free. Your $497 includes your one-to-one with me. Paul, when can we? Okay, when can we, or how soon can we book your one-to-one? Great question. Once you come to the workshop and gone through that component, after that you connect with the help center and we will find a time in our diaries that work, and it'll be just you and me, right? That's it, like an actual one-to-one. So once you've gone through the workshop, because you need to have at least got to that point so you know what I'm teaching you. And then I'm going to remove any time limit on it. There's no time length of the call, and there's no time length in terms of when you can book that by, right? As long as I'm on the planet, we can book that call, and there's no problem with that. You have my word, okay? Again, I just want to make this so impossible to say no to. It's like no risk whatsoever. You have lifetime access, you have a year's support to our help center, you've got a money back guarantee, that's a lifetime money back guarantee. Recommend 2 people for $497, which we'll do the selling for. You get your money back anyway. Not to mention, if you change your mind in the next 2 weeks for whatever reason, let us know, and you still keep $2,000 worth of training to all yours, just to say thank you. But we're so confident that you're going to do this, you're going to love this, and you know what I'm like. I mean, you either like my style or you don't. I really hope you do. It's non-fluff. It's just show you step by step. We assume you know nothing. I see Michael's asking exactly that. Paul, I don't have Facebook. Should I be doing this? We assume you don't have any of these things because it doesn't matter where you are. We'll take it from scratch. Paul, is this just about affiliations? Definitely not. Who's that? Rose. Rose, great question. Business is very simple. You either sell your stuff or somebody else's stuff. That's it. We're going to show you both. So it's your choice what you sell. But we will show you. For most of you, you'll say, Paul, I just don't know what to sell. We'll help you and show you what to sell and how to choose what to sell, right? So you're never going to run out of things to sell. Can you imagine a day in the future when you wake up and say, oh my God, I've run out of things to buy? Never, because you know it's never going to happen. But you're thinking as a consumer, you're never going to run out of things to sell, just like you'll never run out of things to buy, because it's the same exchange, just different sides, right? We need to move you from being the consumer, the spender, to being the producer and the earner, right? Remember, stop listening to those voices in your head wondering, well, why isn't everyone else doing it? As I said before, and as I'll say again, don't compare yourself to people whose results you don't want and wonder why they're not doing the things that get people to where they're successful. If you're getting free advice, it's worth every penny. You can't learn from broke people how to get wealthy. You need to. It doesn't make them bad people, right? It's just you're on a different path right now. You want to learn your own way forward because you know you cannot rely on anyone else anymore to earn you your living. In fact, one of the riskiest things, as I've said, you can do is to rely on one source, one job, one income anymore in today's world. That world is over, but it's very real for most people. So the biggest risk you can take is not learning how to set up your own income streams that only rely on you. And with this, people are so predictable. We just show you how do you sell anything to anybody, anywhere, at any time. And that is exactly what you will know exactly how to do. Let me just read some more. Huge, by the way, thank you so much for the lovely comments, and huge congratulations to everybody that's getting in right now. From Jeremy, Paul, are you serious? It's a one-off. Yes, I'm serious. It's a one-off payment, the 497. I think I confused you there in saying there's a payment plan. There is a payment plan option, but the pay in full is just 497. But there, you can also, there's a payment plan to break that down for you. The only thing you miss out on is your pay in full there, but which is the one-to-one with me and the Mindset Mastery. But whatever you got to do to get in, you're never going to be learning this in-depth detail of step-by-step of what to do for this price for like 68 cents a day, right? For a year, for two of you, one person supporting you. This is going to be life-changing. The 4 days, by the way, they're absolutely off the charts. People that truly have this change where they enter it with nervousness and worried about money, etc., and they leave thinking, wow, I can sleep soundly. Finally, I know exactly what I need to do to never have to worry about money again. Imagine that for a moment, that problem is solved. Now you can get on to actually figuring out what it is you want to do in life, right? What is your purpose? What are the things you would like to spend your free time and your spare money on? But let's take that financial pressure off first. Let's learn how to do this. You're already making money online for lots of people. It's time you started to make some withdrawals yourself from all the deposits that everybody else is making on the internet. I'm so honored and so grateful that you are joining the program. I cannot wait to see you live next week. If you can't make it, remember, it will be recorded. Thank you for all the thank yous. I really appreciate it. For some of the questions we didn't get to, my team will reach out to you. So last chance now, if for any reason you can't get in, name, email, phone number, or any additional questions that you have. I leave this open here for a few minutes so that we can follow up with you afterwards, okay, in the next 24 hours for sure. Again, thank you so much, right? You don't know how much it means to me for you sitting through this. I know this can make a massive shift for you. It would certainly help you rethink where you're going financially. Super simple to do. But right now, all you've got to do is one thing: join up, get in. You've got no risk whatsoever. You've lifetime money back guarantees. Such a no-brainer. And I'm very honored to be your coach. And we'll see you live next week. Take care. Thank you very much. I'm going to knock off my camera here for a bit, but if you need to get your name, email address, phone number, any of that in because you can't get in right now, let us know. But then keep refreshing. Wait till I come off the camera here, in about 5 minutes and give it a go again, because you'll probably be able to get in then. Okay, and if that happens, we won't need to reach out with you. We'll know that you already got in. But to secure your time and spot right now, especially that one-to-one which you're paying full, please type your email into the chat, or more easily, send us an email. You can see the email on the screen. Okay, take a picture of it, make sure you have it, right? Give you a chance to do that. Send us an email, say, look, I can't get in for whatever reason, or whatever your challenge is, and we will be there to help you every step of the way.
So let me sit in here beside the computer so I can see more of these questions and answer them for you. So I'll turn off my camera here. So any individual.
Sorry, I think Paul, are you there? Paul? Paul, did I lose Paul? That was my mistake. So that was awesome. Thank you so much. I think accidentally, that was my mistake there. Paul, are you there? No. Okay, well, thank you, everybody. I'm so sorry that I messed that up. Where's, oh, I think I cut you off. All right, well, hopefully everybody was able to get some great nuggets from that.
Can you hear me? Hello, hello, can you hear me?
There you are.
Okay, okay. I think it's,
Sorry.
yeah, okay. Great, great. No, as I was just saying, I want to address any of the questions. I think for some reason, okay, let me put my screen back up. There we go. You should be able to see me again now. Can you just confirm in the chat, everyone, you can see me in the screen still? Okay. As Harold said, this happens when we're having fun. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
You're dead right. Oh, great. And again, I really, really want to thank you for giving me this opportunity. Really, really appreciate it. I know it's 9 p.m. here, or 1 minute too, but I do not want to leave until I've every question answered. That's my commitment to Alicia and Lorette and all of you that are here. I want to say huge congratulations to Suderman, to Yanni, to Dilcia. Please keep putting in yes into the chat if you're in. To Kim, to JCW 3850, to Brooks, to Famp, to, sorry, I'm just reading out email addresses so I can't tell you your exact name, to Stephen. Great to have you all on board. Again, it's Monday at 5:30 BST, which is 12:30 Eastern. That's what people are asking. What time is 5:30 BST? It's 12:30 Eastern this Monday. So you don't have long to wait. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 3 days. And in that, I will be giving you access to the membership site. Do you know what? Someone's asking here, can I have a look at the membership site? Yes, 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 yes. That's a great question, actually. Thank you, because it will give you a real sense of security in knowing what exactly you're going to be getting access to here, okay? So you'll be getting your login details, okay? On the left-hand side, we lay out exactly what all of the tabs are. Okay, so for example, introduction, start here, you double click on that. We have your start here video. Let me just press play on it. And we have our sting show up. And then literally, I walk you through step by step how to get started, how to get access to everything within the membership site, walk you through it. It's literally pause, play, implement. We'll record Monday's session. So it will be the, let me see, the 17th of May. 2021, you'll have it recorded in here in case you can't make it at that time Monday, and then we'll be drip feeding these web classes to you, and literally every single thing, and including lots more than we talked about: blogging, free gift creation, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, funnel creation tools, stats calculator tools, ads, Twitter ads, Facebook ads, outsourcing, and loads of bonuses. But we will drip feed them to you in a timely manner that makes sense, so you won't feel overwhelmed. And best of all, you have lifetime access to this. Okay, so there's no need to download any of it. You have it indefinitely. And our support center, it's so simple. You just click on the support button on the top right here, and it brings you to our, what we call our Rethink Google. 80% of the time your questions will pop, the answers will be there straight away. Or you just literally click on our icon, and we've 7 days a week access to our help center. Like, this is just unheard of in terms of the level of support that we provide. We now have 11 full-time people in the help center to support you, regardless of where you are in the globe. And also the timing of the workshops, it doesn't matter where you are in the world, we make it work around that as well. Jackie, yeah, Jackie, I would suggest for you, you go to the payment plan in your case. Oh, Tyra, you joined last time. You said, this was a validation for me to keep going because I'm learning. It was one of my best ever investments. Thank you, Tyra. That's so nice of you to share. You didn't need to, but again, something small like that could really help comfort somebody who's on the fence. Actually, if anyone is on the fence, just let me know. Just type in OTF. Just type in OTF if you're kind of like, I'm thinking about it. You've nearly got me. Because I literally would love you to ask me any question that you have, because the 4-day workshop is even better than I described. It is literally life-changing. You are going to absolutely love it, and your guest is going to absolutely love it. Brooks, like Flynn, love it. I mean, good stuff. Perry, wonderful. Okay, thank you, Perry. Thank you, Brooks. Let me see who. Why would we want to do Alicia's gig training if we have yours? Good question, Jerome. To be honest, they complement each other perfectly. And we do this on purpose because there's always different ways and styles of learning, but at the same time, so much of what Alicia does and so much of what I do, they literally dovetail into each other, so you get the best of both worlds. And you know, a question we're getting asked a lot now in COVID, or kind of coming out of COVID time, is, God, I'm overwhelmed. I bought a lot of programs. I haven't had a chance to do them all. And I say, get them while they're cheap. Get them while they're cheap, because the moment that live events come up, all of these prices go straight back to where they were. They will quadruple, right? They will literally quadruple. Anything that has lifetime access, you want to get now, regardless of whether you have time to do it or whether you think you have time to do it. But don't worry, I will also be addressing that specifically when we are in the workshop, because I've written a best-selling book on exactly that topic. So great question, Jerome. Makes sense. I'm sure you weren't the only one thinking it. And when Alicia comes onto my team, we get exactly the same question, and we say, well, it's because they complement each other perfectly, and have done for, God, maybe 8 years, 9 years since we've been speaking on stage together. Sushil, so you'd have a lot of updates since 2018. What I would suggest you can do there is, if you sign up for the pay plan, just the first pay plan, Sushil. So you just pay one payment. Because you've done this already back in 2018, I will consider that that one first payment plan, I will consider that a resit purchase. So you can literally get everything for that just single one pay, to be very fair to you, Sushil. So you'll get everything, all the updates, lifetime, the whole lot. So just choose the 3-pay option. Just make the first payment, and that's it, Sushil. That will be sufficient for you, because we really want to take care of students who are excited again. I mean, it's a lot has changed in the last 4 years, so we can bring you right up to speed on that. You're welcome, Candy. No problem at all. Paul, I love your accent. Are you really from Limerick? Love listening to Frank McCourt. Paddy, I am in Limerick right now, as I said earlier. I even ran a marathon in Limerick this morning. Ironically, it was the Oregon. Yeah, it was the...
Paul ran a marathon. Goodness gracious, with no preparation. Just was like, I'm gonna run a marathon today.
I like inspiring my students, and it was the Oregon Marathon. It's a virtual Oregon Marathon, but you can run it from anywhere in the world. So never done one before, so that was pretty cool. But no matter what happened, I was going to make sure I was back here in time to chat to you guys. Let me see, any more questions? Please ask the questions. Ask the questions, because the big thing is, I don't want you leaving this evening going, I should have asked him. Why didn't I just ask him? Because that would have been, you know, at least I wouldn't be regretting it. Because honestly, like you see with Jerome's question, etc., we've no problem answering them. Like, we're 100% clear on being able to, you know, on giving you clarity so that you can make the best decision for you. And that's really what it's all about, you know. And you know, Lorette and Alicia have just been such rock stars in this industry for so long, and they're very careful with who they choose to work with, as I am. And I'm sure you'd agree, Loretta, there's not many people that have survived, you know, over a decade in this industry, and you know, it really is testament to the fact that our students love what we do. We get incredible results. It's not hype, it literally works. You just got to press those buttons, and my job is to press your buttons, to press those buttons, because that is exactly how we can get you going and get you started. Please don't miss the boat. Is it possible to delay the first payment? I really have no way to get. Jackie, you need to email support@rethinkacademy.com, and please also CC in Alicia and Lorette's team and Reina, so that they can make a joint decision on that. I don't know the answer, being perfectly honest. Is the half-day young adult training separate from the business partner or family member? No, Brooks, that you'll be getting access to that next week. Great question. You'll be getting access to that right away next week, so they can get pumping on that straight away. Okay, thank you, Tyra. So Jackie, just make sure you get that email in, and then that at least gives the team a chance to have a think on that. Any last questions? You've got such a lovely audience. They're so nice. Sushil, okay, so let me go into the pay plan options. Sushil, thank you for asking. So you go to rsmstart.com. We just make sure that the pay plan is live. Okay, so Sushil, can you just confirm when you can see the screen that is showing the payment, the order page, Sushil? Okay, so just let me know with a yes when you can see what's in front of you now. And yes, okay, cool. So what you need to do is choose that pay plan option. Okay, so there's 3 pays of 197. You will pay now the 197, and then just send us in an email. And I will follow up directly with my team tomorrow and say, Sushil signed up back in 2018, and that is his only payment that he will have to make. Okay, because we will consider it a reset and an update and an upgrade. So well done. well done on that, and you will know what I mean by difference in prices from back then and right now. So well done on that, Sushil. So that's all you need to do, and I will take care of it from my side. We'll cancel any further payments after that first one for you, because you are a valued VIP client of ours. So thank you. Now let me see any last questions, and thank you, Sushil, for asking. Perry, I'm assuming I can share the registration link. My business partners join the workshop. Yes. So this is for 2 of you. Okay, this is for two. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go crazy. If you are still here, I know you want in. You're just thinking about it, right? Or maybe you're just like the Irish accent. Who knows? But what I'll do is this. I will allow you to bring a second person. This applies to everybody, but you need to get. Okay, it's 9:10 here now. You have exactly 4 minutes to make your final decision. If you get in by 1/4 the hour, you get to bring 2 people with you, so you don't have to need to decide between either or. They can come to the workshop with you on June 22nd. We can give them access to the training as well. I can tell you they are going to have a life-changing experience, and they will be permanently, and I mean permanently, grateful to you, okay? Those of you that are in already, you are going to automatically be upgraded. I'll have to figure out how to do it in our system, so that you can bring 2 guests. We will give you the links, etc., on Monday about how to do that. But yeah, all included. That means, let me grab my calculator here. 497 divided by 3 divided by 365 means this is going to cost an investment of 45 cents per person per day. I saw an advertisement for McDonald's yesterday on a latte, only $2. Like that, it was the cheapest coffee of all time. So you can literally, even with the cheapest latte that's out there by McDonald's, the 3 of you combined will still have money left over to buy your latte from that. So look, we want to make this a no-brainer, because all of us, when we started out, had doubts, right? But genuinely, you do not, and you should not have the same doubts as we did, because now you are literally spending hours on this per day. You're spending money on it. You're only going to end up spending tens of thousands of dollars more in the next few years. It's just a fact. I bought a house on it recently without even going inside the doors, right? So that's the norm. So you might as well at least learn how to save yourself thousands of dollars on those purchases, not to mention making thousands of dollars by learning how to finally go from being the consumer, spending every day of the week, to becoming the producer. Because honestly, I'm sure Lorette will agree with this, and Alicia too, in 5 years from now, having an internet business will not be considered crazy. It will be considered crazy if you don't have one. Why? Because people are sitting at home across the globe right now and getting paid sitting in front of computer screens by their boss. It's the tiniest little leap that their mind needs to now make to realize, okay, well, you can make money from home. I can make money by sitting in front of a computer. Maybe I should choose a different boss, because that's literally the last step that people need to make. And you know what? I think people are finally realizing you cannot rely on what we used to call security for an income source any longer. Because when COVID-22 hits, or COVID-24 hits, or whatever the next thing is, and now we're all trained into what to do and to expect lockdowns and just kind of be compliant, you don't want to be caught napping, because this is the chance. And I'm not saying that, believe me, I'm not saying that to frighten you. I'm just telling you what's going to happen. Where people have become accustomed to it now, and they're going to think it's the norm. But there won't be the bailouts next time round, because I know Ireland, for example, it cost us 13 billion euros to pay these additional payments. 13 billion, and we know that's coming right back out of tax money. So people are going to end up getting taxed more as well. So you just got to, rather than getting depressed about it, is act on it. Just choose a better decision for you and your family, and whether that's with me or whoever, Alicia and Lorette, I don't mind, believe me, but choose one, implement one, get it done, and that's when lives begin to be changed. So again, I wholeheartedly thank you for being here this evening, or this afternoon for many of you. Thank you again. I don't see any more questions, just thank yous. So let me see, do I need to thank anybody else who just got in? Let me just do a quick update.
I think we got it all, Paul. So once again, well, thank you, Paul. We love having you here, and it's good touching base with you. And next time I'll try to run that marathon with you.
Nice, let's do it.
All right, everybody. Thanks again. I hope you enjoyed this session. All right, thanks, Paul.
Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.